What's up, Ramlin? You are now in the kitchen with Chef Nixon for all your fixings for the latest and greatest of VCU men's basketball. So, VCU had a game over the weekend at Wake, second round of the NIT. How'd it go? Let's get into it. All right, so I told you before, I really didn't know too much about Wake coming into this game. But I knew they had to be decent because one, I think they were number 2 seed, and in NIT like we are. So I mean, I assume that teams are going to be at like an even playing field with us to a certain degree. Uh, but I did some research, and it seems as if Wake Forest in the same seat as us, having a really good season. Excuse me, having a really good season. Uh, Being right there on the fence as far as making the tournament or getting an at-large bid, but down the stretch didn't win the games they needed to win to solidify their chances, and then having another team win the conference just kind of sealed the deal for them. Outside of like your Dukes, so they lost in the first round of their conference just as we did. And, we had a chance to solidify our chances of getting the at-large bid by one, take care of business in St. Louis. We didn't do it. And then I felt as if we didn't win that, we at least had to win two. And then we played the first game and lost to the University of Henrico, which basically blew our shot. Well, I can't even say that just blew our shot, but then the fact that University of Henrico ended up winning the A10 tournament really shut down our shot of getting in. But Wake Forest had a good season, and this was a turnaround season. They only had like a 16, only won 16 games yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, but last season. So this year to be able to do what they did is incredible. Shout out to their coaching staff and their players for making that adjustment. So they come into this game after beating Townsend by 10. Not really too familiar with Townsend. I remember they were a team in the CAA that we used to play, but we used to thump them back then. I think we had one of the largest margin of victories over Townsend at the Siegel Center. I remember like it was yesterday. We was already thumping them. We was already beating them by like 25 or something like that. And Jay Gavin had just worked his way back into getting some type of playing time. And when he got in there, oh my goodness, he just went crazy. I think he might have had like 20 points within 6 minutes. It was nuts. So if you don't remember that, try to go find the footage on that. That was a crazy game. Yeah, it was definitely crazy, but it led to one of the largest margin of victories. I think we won by like almost 50. It was crazy, maybe even 60. I don't know. But the Deacons are led by Alondis Williams. He's averaging 18.8 points a game, basically 19 points, and 5 assists. So Wake's no joke. We're gonna have to be ready to. We have to be ready to play really good basketball to beat them. And you can tell that they're a well-coached team as well. So everybody from top to bottom is going to have to bring their A game. So on to VCU. We entered this game after beating Princeton by a score of 90-79. And Princeton is a very talented offensive team. They have shooters all around. They have a point guard that can get his own shot. They have a player of the year, big man, who is versatile in many ways, hustles, can score in the post. Only thing he can't do is shoot free throws. And talking with some of the coaching staff in regards to the big man, it's just like if he could shoot free throws, we'd have been in trouble because there was a lot of times where they had a chance to attain momentum, but he just wasn't able to knock down free throws. As a matter of fact, he was so bad at it that by the time he left the line, we had momentum. But yeah, Princeton was a decent win. I felt like we pulled it out, but it still wasn't our best We weren't playing our best basketball. Um, just looking back, a lot of offensive rebounds, a lot of blown assignments. Um, However, but Wake Forest struggles on the defensive end so much that we had that margin of error. Um, so we had to play better in order to beat Wake. Um, so this game, the tone was kind of set from the jump, right? Uh, Wake Forest came to play. We came to play. Um, the first thing that jumped off the screen to me was the fact that we were struggling to take care of the ball. Uh, but it's like, oh, that's always we're going to struggle. But when you move up in competition and you're playing better teams, you're going to have to turn them over at a higher rate, or you're going to have to take care of the ball. And I don't believe we did either of that on Saturday. I don't believe we did either of that. I think that we did a lot of things well. I think that we had times where we moved the ball well. I think we had times where we were able to get some good shots off and play some good defense, and we had times, right? But when you're in the conference, or not the conference, but you're in a tournament, NIT or Big Dance, and I know you guys been watching all these other games. Sometimes it's just one play that can change the game. Just one play. Like who was that? Who fumbled the bag? Ooh, it's gonna bother me. Ooh, it's gonna bother me. But it was an underdog team who had to lead basically the whole game in one play. One play. Didn't box out. Man gets the rebound, puts it up. Now the team has the lead. Who was that? I gotta find out. I'll find out later. But basically saying that the further you get in a conference tournament, the further you get in the NIT, the further you get in the NCAA, the margin of error has to decrease. You know what I mean? And you play a perfect game and have one play mess up your game. So if you're coming out here and you're playing sloppy basketball half the time, and then half the time you're playing good basketball, the further you get, more competition you play, it's going to be harder and harder for you to win. And that's one thing I noticed about, it's been all season for real. It's been all season for real, but at times we were able to do things to counter that. But when you're playing a team that's supposed to be in an NCAA tournament, who's hungry just as you, and felt like they were disrespected, and felt like they should have been in the tournament, and it's a comeback team, and so they had a lot of heart. They had a chip on their shoulder just like we did. So that margin of error just keeps shrinking because we got to take care. We got to take care of the ball. We got to take care of business. We can't have mental mistakes. And I'll tell you a few of the things I've seen on TV that I felt like really hindered us from playing to our best ability. Number one, transition defense. Part of that is turnovers. Part of that is we did not hustle back and match up quickly. And that's one of the things that I felt like this team did very, very well throughout the season, was fixing an issue. That's why when early in the season we would have turnovers and stuff like that, and we'd still be able to pull the game out because even when we had a live ball turnover, we were able to get back and fix the problem that people had to go against our half-court defense, which was astonishing this year, right? I felt like we did a really poor job of that. And when I mean really poor job, it's probably only like 10 points that were scored like that. But, margin of error. So I felt like we could have did a really better job at that. One, turn the ball over, and you don't have a second to be like, you don't have a second for that. You have to have a short-term memory. After the turnovers is made, next play, get back, hustle back. And I felt like we lacked that at times because we were too caught up on what had just happened. The next thing, we had a lot of mental mistakes in the half-court offense. So after like going, like I watched the game and then going back and watching some of the highlights and the full game highlights, you noticed. I noticed a couple times, and this is probably like this is only 3 times that I've seen on the highlights, so it probably happened more. One thing that you're really, really not supposed to do in a half-court offense or half-court defense is help off the corner three. Coach Rhodes made it an emphasis and pointed it out to the team, to the telecast men, that Wake Forest shoots the corner three extremely well, right? We at least did this 3 times and gave up 9 points. Helping off the strong side. What's the strong side? You don't know. All right, so it depends on how you want to look at it. You want to look at it from the baseline, or you want to look at it from the top of the key. So if we're looking at it from the top of the key, let's say we're on the right-hand side. If the point guard drives the ball to the right-hand side, off the right wing or top of the key, if the defender, if you feel like the defender's kind of beat or he may need some help, the help doesn't come from the defender who's guarding somebody in the corner, right? The help comes from the opposite side, wing or big, stepping up and stepping over, and then we have the wing from the top of the key or the wing from the other. We have the wing player from the other wing dropping down to take whoever's sliding over to provide help. What we were doing was the opposite side player was not coming to help, but the strong side player was helping off of the man in the corner. Off the man in the corner, Wake Forest shoots corner threes, helping off that man and over helping, and they were making the easy pass, kick to the wing, 3. That's not being disciplined to the game plan. You know what I mean? If I specifically say, hey, look, I love boxing, right? I love boxing. So I love using boxing analogies. So let's look at somebody like, if you're fighting somebody like Deontay Wilder, right? Deontay Wilder has a jab and a straight right hand. If I say, hey, you have to circle to your left to avoid his straight right hand. If you go in there and you circle to your right, he's gonna knock your lights out. he's gonna knock you out. And that's kind of how this was today, like, or how this was over the weekends. Like, if I'm telling you, do not help off the corner, or they shoot corner threes, you can't help off the offensive player in the corner, and that goes for anybody. They're big. What is his name? Dallas Walton hit a 3 on Hassan that way. So if the big is shooting the corner 3 well, I imagine everybody else is shooting the corner 3 well. And it happened like 3 times, and we lost by 6. You know what I mean? Attention to detail. Blown assignments. The thing that made us great this year was our defense. And you look at our defense against St. Louis, that wasn't our defense for real. We turned it on towards the end to kind of crawl back in the game, but we didn't really play our style defense. You look at Richmond, I still think the refs kind of took over that game. But still, we didn't really play our kind of defense. We didn't contest every shot. Like, we weren't hustling to contest every shot like we did before. You know? And in this game, we just weren't disciplined. You got to be disciplined. Like, the scouting report is there for a reason. And for me, I was a scouting report freak. I was always going to have to guard the best player on the other team. I'm not trying to go out there, hey, Ed, he likes his right to left crossover. So don't bite when he starts winding you up. I'd be a fool to go out there and be like, all right, I know he likes right left, but I'm gonna play him. I'm gonna play him the opposite way. Or I'm gonna play him straight up the same way, and not acknowledge what's on the scouting report. I'm gonna get my ankles broke on national television. No. So it's like coaches, the GAs, the assistant coaches, they put a lot, and I do mean a lot of time in breaking down this film, going through each player, find out what they do best and what they can't do. And then they have to do that for how the team is. What the team likes to do. What's the team habits? What's their tendencies? Let's take away this. Let's take away that. What they do best. Let's take that away from them. You know what I mean? We're circling to the left, taking away Deontay Wilder's straight right hand. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we just didn't do that. We had too many mental mistakes. In the words of this is what AG would say. I don't want to hear my bad. At this point in time of the year, I don't want to hear my bad. You know what you have to do. Don't say my bad to me. We gave you all the tools you needed to succeed. Don't say my bad. Just do what you're supposed to do. Do your job. You know what I mean? And we did not do that well. Also, I think we had too many live ball turnovers. Usually we have turnovers regardless, but that's usually throwing the ball out of bounds or something like that. Just some silly stuff. But we had too many live ball turnovers. And then that led to what I think Wake did really well, which was push the ball and capitalizing on our mistakes. Like I said, the first thing I said was our transition defense. We did a poor job of that. Wake Forest wasn't giving us a chance. Like, they would get a rebound, they trying to go. You know what I mean? They didn't want to waste any time to let our full court defense get set up. They was like, man, go. Well, that means just get into the half court where they're trying to score. They had one where the dude just caught it, passed it down, great outlet pass, almost Kevin Love like for a three, boom. And all we could do was point the finger. You know, you gotta really take care of business. And you know, the funny thing is, through my research, I'm like, well, man, what really cost us to lose this game? Like, just like, I felt like we played pretty well, and or well enough. But when you look at the box score, and you look at the team stats, and this is what I'm gonna prove to you that it's really about the little things. This is how I'm gonna prove it to you. All right. So we shot better from three. We shot, percentage-wise, we shot better from the free throw line. We out-rebounded them. But here's where we messed up. We had 19 turnovers to their 15. We had more blocks. They had more steals. So it's kind of even. We won some, they won some, right? It's kind of even. It's not like, we fell off in one department or we fell off in all the departments. They just completely dominated the game. No. It was, they did some things well, we did some things well. But we didn't do the little things. We didn't really do the little things. We didn't really get back in defense and fix the problem or fix transition defense. We didn't play discipline in the half court. We didn't have live ball turnovers. You know what I mean? It's gonna be very, very hard to win like that, especially when you're playing a team that, in Wake Forest, 25 and 9. You know what I mean? They're a really good team, yo. They're a really good team. it's going to be really hard to do that. So we have some work cut out for us moving forward. You know what I mean? We really do. Um, and this is the thing that I learned. And I say our team learned, and but we didn't learn until like our senior year, man. I'll be honest with you. You know, the importance of every possession. Every possession counts. You think that whatever. I'll take a break on this one. Oops, I gave up 2 points. Well, we'll get it back. No, that's not how it works. The further you get into the tournament, the further you get in the season, every possession counts. Every single possession counts, and we had to learn that the hard way. We had a lot of disappointing losses my senior year that we definitely should have won. We had games that in my junior year that we had to lead at half and blew. You know what I mean? So I've seen it. I'm not just saying that this team does this and nobody else has done. No, I've seen it. We've all seen it before, and that's why I can speak on it. You know what I mean? Every possession counts, and when we started valuing each possession, we became a really tough team to beat. You know what I mean? We ran our offense crisp and with a purpose. It wasn't just jogging around. When I'm setting the screen, I'm trying to take somebody's head off. You know what I mean? It don't matter if he's 6'10", 280 pounds. I'm going to hit him. You know what I mean? Because it matters. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to ignore somebody being wide open in the court. I'm going to make the extra pass. You know what I mean? I know my teammate just turned the ball over. I'm not going to put my head down and complain or look at the coach. I'm busting my ass and getting back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to have a scouting report and just toss it to the wind. People put too much effort into what they do every single day. Time away for their family. Time away for themselves. Dedicated to you as a player for you to just toss it to the wind and not care about a scouting report and not focus in and be locked in on what you got to do. It's selfish to the teammate that did do that. It's selfish to the coach that took the time to do that. I'm telling you, it takes hours to break down this film, yo. Hours. Missing birthdays, late to dinners type stuff because people are putting in work. Don't be ungrateful. I try to teach my daughter that right now. She's 3. She barely understands me now. She's starting to get there now. Don't be ungrateful. I don't go for that. Obedience and appreciation. Big things for me. Big things for me. Shoot. Don't be, yo, come on. Anyway, stat leaders. VCU. Vince Williams had Mr. Do-It-All. Had 27 points, 8 rebounds. He struggled with taking care of the ball early in the first half, but he did better in the second half. I don't think he had any turnovers in the second half. So it sucked that it happened in the first half, but some of those weren't on him. Jaden Nunn, 18 points, 3 rebounds. He really showed up. Definitely a bright future, and we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. But for Wake Forest, Alondes Williams had 19 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 crazy-ass dunk. He's hella athletic. Dallas Walton, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals. I thought he did a really good job of impacting the game in a major way, but they also had like 2 or 3 other guys who were in double digits. I'm talking like 14, 15, 12 points, something like that. So it's like we didn't really do a good job at containing them offensively like we should have. And they just capitalized and got the dub. I do apologize for not saying the actual end of the score. It was Wake Forest 80, VCU 74. So it wasn't a game that we got blown out or something like that, but it's a game where if we do a few things better, we win. Um, so my low key player of the game, and sometimes I get this to players who played extremely well unexpectedly. That was basically the factor why we won. Um, and sometimes I give it to the player who didn't perform to their best ability. Um, and if they played better, we could have won. I'm not saying that this is the reason we did lose, though. You know what I mean? There's still a ton of things we could have did better to win, no matter if this player played poorly or well. But if they play better, I like our chances more. Um, Ace Baldwin. Ace Baldwin did not have an Ace Baldwin type game, and I give Ace his flowers all the time, all the time. You know what I mean? He's the head of the snake. I think what he's done this year in moments has just been incredible. The guy has tremendous wherewithal and grit and toughness to him, and him bringing that to the team was tremendous for their confidence, tremendous for our style of play. His defense has been outstanding. He's been held for all opposing point guards. So, but this is a game over the weekend. I know foul trouble has something to do with it, but 4 points, 4 turnovers, and 5 fouls. The man literally had more fouls than he had points and points and assists. Look, Keyshawn Curry has his game. I would think that would suck. But for Ace Baldwin to have that type of game, it really sucked. It really sucked because this is the type of game where we needed him to perform at an ace level, if not beyond. He's always going to compete on the defensive end, but we needed him to be the Ace Baldwin, and for whatever reason, he just wasn't able to produce that this game. And along with all the other things I named earlier in this video, that was a key factor to our demise. But it is what it is. I think we had a hell of a season this year. I think we overachieved for what people assumed we were going to be, knowing the injuries and whatnot. I thought that Vince represented himself very, very well this year. I thought he balled out. I think Keyshawn Curry, the Jacksonville Jet, showed why he was important to the team night in, night out with just his effort and consistency. I thought, of course, Ace was really showing his dominance and his growth and his jumper and everything like that, really leading the team. Jaden Nunn did a good job of holding down the fort till Ace got back. He went through his freshman wall, and then he came out playing harder and better than ever down the stretch. We had different guys give us different minutes, important minutes. Kel Brown Jones to Hassan. I wish Hassan could be a little bit more consistent moving forward. I think that Hassan has the talent or the potential through the roof, but he has to be willing to tap into that and really get to working. Deloach is going to be an issue, whether he's going to be the best fouler in an A10, or he's going to develop that potential into being a really, really, really good player for us moving forward in the years. Josh Banks gave us some quality minutes at times. Levi was never really the same after the COVID. I really feel for him. I know this is not the way he wanted to play his last season. But sometimes just how the cracker crumbles. But thank you to the seniors. Levi, thank you for giving us 2 or 3 years, man. We really appreciate what you did. Even when you weren't playing your best, I never really seen you complain about it. I never really seen you fuss. You still go in there with the minutes you were getting, play solid defense, and really try your best no matter what the result was. And as a VCU fan and an alum, I can really appreciate your effort, and I do wish you the best moving forward. Keyshawn Curry, um, you and Vince have the opportunity to come back, um, but bro, you hooped this year. You hooped. You turned it on. You turned it on late. Had huge scoring outputs. You really showed. You really lived to the nickname the Jacksonville Jet. Some of the most athletic plays I've seen in a very long time for someone wearing a VCU jersey. Um, Bro, this is. I think that this is a good time for you to go and try to make some money. But I mean, don't listen to me. But I'm just saying. Uh, I think it's a good time for you to go try to make some money. Whether that be try to get onto an NBA team or just take your talents overseas. Um, but really, I really appreciate you and your effort and your consistency. Your consistency with your effort was a blessing to see, man. A blessing to have, bro. Really appreciate that. But now that you're out of the VCU jersey, dog, work on your craft, bro. Work on your craft. Work on that left hand. Work on your habits of going to your left and going to your right. Right now, you're probably at like an 80-20. You need to get that thing to like 50-50 so it'd be harder for you to guard. Work on that pull up, that mid-range game. You got the little floater game. Get that mid-range game right. Get that tight. Of course, work on that three ball. Just little tweaks to your form. Get it off a little bit quicker. Bro, but after that, bro, sky's the limit, bro. You super athletic. You work on those things, you're going to be a problem. All right, you feel me? Best of luck to you. Thank you. Vince, Mr. Do It All, bro. I remember when you first came in and I went and dapped you up and you were just a cool dude, bro. Your development over the years has been something to see, bro. And what you did this year, I think, was special. Granted, I don't think this is what you wanted, or this is how you wanted it to end. But however, dog, you went and hooped and you put the A10 on notice. I thought you got gypped as the A10 Player of the Year. Even on a defensive team, bro, you do so much. You did so much for this team this year. Taking charges, getting steals, block shots, chase down blocks, all these different things, bro. I thought that you really got gypped on the awards. You know what I'm saying? You really hoop. I think you got some NBA attention. I think you're a valuable. You can be a valuable asset to a team, or you can go make your money overseas. Just like I said with Keyshawn, bro. You have a special type of game that like an Army Swiss knife. You can do so many different things for any team, bro. And I'm proud of what you did do. I thought you made a big step. I thought you took this is probably the most important, bro. I thought you made a really good job of maturing throughout this year. Because I remember at the beginning of the year, you used to be big and you used to be whining all the time, dog. And I came out here and was like, yo, you got to grow up. You got so many people looking up to you, man. You can't be acting like that. And I don't know if you listened to me and heard that, or if the coach was telling you that. However, you did a great job of turning that around. You became the leader that this team needed. I know you're not the most vocal person, but when we needed a big shot, boom. When we needed a big play, boom. And I appreciate that effort, dog. I didn't see you complain as much. I seen more of your energy being spent on being hyped, and I love that. And I appreciate that. That growth is something to see. For me, I just think you got to work on your pat, dog. You work on your pat, that's going to open up your game. Right now, you can shoot the ball, you can drive the ball, you can finish both hands. Of course, you can pass it. Like, you got vision. Like, you can play defense. You got all these things, but I think you really need to work on your pat. You got to work on your pat. You work on your pat, that's going to take your game to the next level. I know you got them long ass Inspector Gadget arms, but find a way, bro. Find a way to work on that pat, and from there, sky's the limit for you. And again, thank you, bro. So now, returning players, we got a backcourt, got our backcourt coming back, which is going to be crazy. Like I said, Ace Baldwin, I think the next step for him, because he already, continue to do what you're doing, but really become a savant of just watching footage. I think it's best for him. He already has it, right? His game is already smooth enough to just get by or to get by people. He never was really the most athletic mofo out there, but I really think him becoming like a Chris Paul student of the game is going to take VCU to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're doing what leaders do because people look up to you. So make sure you're doing what needs to be done for the team. Jay Nunn, boy, you got a lot of talent. Get under Ace's arm and really start learning that game as a point guard. Like you can score that thing, and a lot of times you're still going to be, that too, as long as you're playing with Ace. But you need to pick his brain because if both of y'all can dissect the defense, oh my goodness, you know what I mean? It's a blessing for certain teams to have two great point guards. Right now, you're a budding guard, two guard, but learn some of that point guard stuff, bro. It'll take you a long way. Deloach just need to get in the gym. You need to get a lot stronger, bro. I think part of your issue with Fallon is just because physically you just were unmatched. You're outmatched. You know what I mean? Once it becomes easier for you to stand your ground, I think you have a really good chance of doing some big things here. And I'm not gonna go through all the players, man, but I really, really think that I'll put it this way. I'll say this last one. Jameer Walker's is coming back. And I think Jameer is going to be one of the best scorers in the A10. That's my hot take. I think he's going to be one of the best scorers in the A10. I think him and Ace's ability together is going to be special, or chemistry together is going to be special. I see them off the court; they kind of really get along. So I can imagine how the chemistry on the court is going to be. And then when Jameer gets back, he's going against Nick Kern. That's going to really help him get better. Nick Kern is a dog, and I already taught Nick Kern. Right, I taught Nick Kern right after the loss to the University of Henrico. I taught Nick Kern, said, "Yo, Nick, hey, listen. After this season, bro, don't be content. Go work and get it, because you got a chance to be nice. You got a chance to be nice. Don't blow it. Get in the gym. Make them GAs work. You know what I'm saying? Make them get tired of you. Hey, man, come work me out. Hey, yo, trying to get in the gym, trying to get some shots up. Hey, I'm trying to work on the pad. Hey, you got a chance, bro. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. So overall, as a team, I think VCU's defense, if we can stay, because it's going to be hard replacing somebody like Vince. It's going to be hard, finding somebody with some girth, to get to do what Stocker does. And we kind of got Nick Kern step in for the Keyshawn role to guard the best player every time out. But we still got to get another ball hawk, because I just feel as if that's what made this defense special. But I think we got a good chance of doing that. But the biggest thing for me, we got to get better offensively. Players in the offseason have to work on how to score within this system. Where can I get points within the system? How can I get better at shooting the ball? I need to watch film so I don't turn the ball over at such a high rate. These are the three things that, I think really, made us lose certain games this year. I mean, don't get me wrong. Look, I'm not saying we have to be teams from the past as far as offensively ranked 27, 24, 40th in offense. No. If we had an offense that was ranked 100, 120 this year, we have 3 less losses on our season. we're in the tournament right now. Matter of fact, we might be going to Sweet 16, and that's just how I feel. Nah. So look, I think that's the biggest thing we have to improve offensively. Once we get that down pat, keep the defense is going to be intact. I know Coach Rose ain't slacking off that, but it's definitely going to be something that we need to do, and it's going to be very, very important for our upcoming success. And I hate to end it this way, but last but not least, of course, I have to talk about it. My guy, and I say he's my guy because I always spoke so highly of him. I know the potential that this guy has in him, right? But Mikael Brown-Jones has entered his name into the transfer portal. Ooh, yeah, that hurts. He released an Instagram post yesterday thanking the fans and the coaching staff and the players for supporting him. And I do wish him the best, man. I think, sometimes situations don't seem as bright as we may see him as a fan. Or maybe he just has something different in his head of what he can do. But his minutes were inconsistent. He had big moments for us, played big games for us. But we had a strong rotation of front court guys, and it just just wants to span his wings and see where that takes him. So we're losing a physical player, we're losing a versatile player, we're losing a player who I thought was going to be really, really good too. So it sucks, but I do wish him the best. He's always been a cool cat. Philly ball, you know what I'm saying? So I hope wherever he goes, it's a better fit for him. I hope wherever he goes, he has success that he wants. I hope wherever he goes, that they don't play VCU because we're gonna tap that ass. But much love to him though, for real. So moving forward for me, me and Ram Nation are working on a couple things to keep you guys in tuned throughout the summer and stuff like that. So gonna have some big news coming up soon. Hopefully everything works out the way they need to. So until I see you again, my friend, Ram.